Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how I preserve garlic for winter. I don't can it. I don't really like canning it, and I don't like using the vinegar solution because it tastes weird to me. But I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that with my garlic that I pulled out of my garden this year. And I'm also going to show you today some of my gardening fails. I don't know what's going on with our weather this year. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have had really weird weather. It was really wet for the first part of our summer, and then it got really dry, still dry, and then we had really cool temperatures just pop up out of nowhere. So they thought, you know, fall came early in our area, and now it went back up to the 90s. So a lot of my fall garden crops are not doing well. They're struggling, and some of it didn't germinate at all. I only have a little bit from all the planting I did in that fall garden video. Only a little bit popped up, so it's really strange weather, but I'm gonna have to replant some of this stuff, but I'll show you what popped up, and just let me know if you guys are having weird stuff today too. We're gonna do the garden, and then we're gonna do the garlic. Just tons of leaves on the ground, but it wants to be 90-degree weather. Okay, I don't know if you can see this because it's very hard to see because of the shadow that it's casting right now. But this is red Russian kale, and then I have some dinosaur kale popping up right here. See it? So I do have kale popping up in this bed, in the red Russian kale, but nothing else in this bed popped up. The rest of it's just weeds, all of it, which is super sad. I don't know why. None of the seeds germinated, and all these are weeds that I have to pull out. Now I did get some turnips right here that are popping up, but I did whole rows right here, nothing. Let's see what we got up here. This is my carrot bed. Would you look how sad this is? This is the most sad. Like, I planted this entire bed full of carrots. I have like 6 out of this entire bed, 6 carrots. So I'm definitely gonna do a replanting of these once these 90-degree days go away. I think we have like 2 more left, and then it's supposed to get cool again. So I have no idea what it's doing. It's very bipolar this year. I planted kohlrabi in here. I planted Swiss chard in here. Nothing. 0. And the only thing I have is one baby bok choy. Look. One bok choy who's looking real sad right now because it wants to be really hot when it was supposed to be cold. So I'm going to replant this entire thing with the bok choy seeds that I got. Now I do have beets, which are looking very sad also. So I have some beets that popped up. I have about 15 beets that are just wilted right now because it's so hot, but I'm going to replant the beets too. Let's see. Nothing. Kale, broccoli, cabbage, nothing. Now I have sweet potato runners that keep wanting to pop up everywhere, even though I got all the sweet potatoes out, so it must be pieces left in there. Now I do have some, what is this? This is tatsoi popping up. It did pop up. That's a weed. But none of my lettuce popped up. I mean, that tatsoi did great. And I don't know why. That's really weird. So I have, you can see all my snap peas. They all popped up. Some are looking real sad because it doesn't like this weather. And then I have spinach. I have a row of spinach right here. None of my lettuce though. Not a single lick of lettuce. But I'm having old tomatoes. Seedlings pop up that I've been ripping out. And literally that's it. I didn't have anything else pop up for my fall garden, which is extremely sad because it was really tiring doing it that day. But you know what? Not everything works out how you want it to. So hopefully these really obnoxious days go away and my snap peas start thriving, because they don't like hot weather. None of this stuff likes hot weather. I'm surprised some of this even popped up, like that tatsoi. Like it just doesn't like it. And I pulled out all of the old tomatoes and stuff, so I'm gonna have to replant. Hopefully I get something. But I have 3 little spinaches, right? And some snap peas. It's better than nothing, I guess. Gotta look at the positive. See what we got going on in my lemons. Hello, beauties. Those are all turning. Really excited for my lemons. These are not really turning yet. Some of these are starting to turn. I mean, look how big that is. I don't know if you can see it because of the shadows. It's humongous. Like a softball. Getting ready to chop all these babies down for winter. And my orange is flowering. Oh, the orange blooms smell good too. The citrus blooms are amazing. They smell amazing. And I still have to feed them, but they're almost ready. Some of them are almost ready. I'm super excited because I've been waiting on these lemons. Hello, beauties. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you how I like to preserve my garlic for winter, which is really easy and it makes it really convenient, so you don't have to sit there and peel a bunch of cloves when you're trying to make dinner fast, because that's just nonsense. Sometimes I do like fresh garlic, but most of the time this is the easiest way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break these all open and I'm going to peel them. And I know that seems like a lot of work at once, and you're saying, oh, well, you're peeling it anyway. Yes, but you're doing it all at once. And then I'm going to chop it up and put it in a bag and put it in the freezer. It's super simple and it's very convenient for nights when you want garlic and you just want to throw it in really fast. So I'm going to start peeling all these. Okay, here's the things you're going to need. Some freezer bags, a marker to write with, some type of blender or something that you can pulse and chop up the garlic, and then of course your garlic. And I'm going to get started on, I busted all these and now I'm going to get started on peeling these, and I'm going to show you an easy way to peel them. Alright, this goes a lot faster if you have help, which I will have help. And I'm going to show you how to do some of them first. I know this is not what this is for, but this is a knife sharpener. It just happens to have a really flat bottom, and it works perfect for smashing garlic. I know that's not what it's for, but it's okay. Multi-purpose. So smack it really hard, and the skin will peel off. And I usually just I smack a bunch of them at the same time and then just peel off the skin. It's the easiest way to get the skin off without having a multitude of crazy paper going everywhere. But I'm just going to get them all to look like this. I'm going to get a bowl to put them in, and then we'll chop them up. Now, some of your garlic might have, I don't know if you want to call it damage or what, but or like rot starting. And so I just I'll cut that off and put it in the discard bowl and keep the rest of it, because the rest of it's not bad. Because sometimes you'll get some cloves that have some, I guess, rot starting on it. But I mean, the whole thing's not bad, so don't throw it all away. But just keep going. All right, here's the garlic. Now this was the garlic out of my garden that I harvested, that I saved. Now if you don't have that, you can also, an easy way if you don't want to do all the smashing and the peeling, an easy way to do it is, I think Sam's and Costco have really big bags for a decent price that are already peeled and everything, and you can chop them up and put them in the freezer so they can stay good long, because they only stay good so long inside of the refrigerator. And I also think that Walmart sells a smaller bag compared to Costco and Sam's. That would be good for if it's just 2 of you and you know you're not going to use a ton of garlic, but I use garlic a lot in almost every dish that I make, especially during the winter. So this is going to be great. Now I'm going to take these and chop them up, but I didn't take all of the ends off. I only cut the ends off if they were really thick and really hard. Otherwise, I left them. And then, because it's not going to hurt anything, and I cut off all the bad parts. Whatever blender you have should be okay. Just have something, I mean, if you have something that you can pulse, so you don't turn it to mush, because you don't want it to be mush, you just want it to be chopped. Now you could chop all this by hand, but that would really suck, and it would not be fun. But you can. There's no problem, you know, nothing wrong with that if you can't do it. So I'm just going to fill this up, and I'm going to pulse it until it's just like chopped pieces. We don't want mush pieces. See how it's chopped up pieces and not mush? This is what you want. And I'm gonna put them in the bags. Now you don't have to use a gallon size bag that I'm gonna be using. You can use a quart bag if it's just you, or just you and your spouse. You don't have to use a big one, but I'm doing a lot of garlic because I do use a lot, and this is gonna last me almost all winter. I might do another bag just in case, a smaller one. But this should last me a really long time in the freezer. See pieces? It's a lot of garlic. What I'm gonna do, get all the air out. I'm going to push it and fill this entire thing up evenly with garlic, okay? Now this bag is pretty full. Now if you wanted to, you could make grids. You could cut little grids into it all the way down. Okay. Then you can go this way. And what you do is you leave this in this little grid form and you put it in the freezer flat like this. Put it in the freezer flat. And if you do, some of these are bigger than others, but if you do some of the smaller ones, they're about 1.5 tablespoons of garlic. But mine usually never stay that way, so I'm not worried about that. I'm just going to lay it flat in the freezer like this. And when it's completely frozen, I will take the bag and just start snapping them into little pieces. So you can just open it up and pull out a piece whenever you are ready to cook. And it's delicious. It tastes the same. I don't know. I can't tell any difference between this and the fresh. But this is already ready for you in the freezer. So here's my garlic from last year. I'm almost to the end. You can see some of the big pieces. And this was in October of 2021. So I did about the same size bag. And I used this whenever I needed easy, quick garlic. I don't really like the garlic that comes for the refrigerator. It's really like, it tastes weird. And I guess it's because how they had to preserve it. This is much better and tastes really good. Close to the, the freshest thing. And I'm almost done with this bag. It's almost gone. And you could actually, I took them and I broke them into pieces, but you could break them into smaller pieces. Just however, sometimes I'll just take out a chunk and throw it in whatever I'm making. This is the best way to use that fresh garlic. I've tried canning it. It tastes weird. I don't like it. This is the best way. It's really easy. It takes about, depending on how much garlic you're doing, if you're doing it all by hand, peeling it by hand, it will take longer, probably about an hour total. It's not that bad. If you have help, it goes faster. Lots of hands make light work. So, it's not that bad. But try this at home. Put it in the freezer. Let it sit there until it's completely frozen. Flat like this. And then just use garlic whenever you need to. Alright guys, so that's the end for today's video. Remember, if something doesn't work the first time, always try again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to replant in my garden. Because I really want a fall garden this year. And then also the garlic. It's a great way to save it. I promise you'll love it. It's so convenient. You do it all at once and then you don't have to do it anymore. Especially when you are busy and it's just not worth it that day. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys next time.